Hey, this is Steve Seflin. Welcome to another lifestyle. Today we're starting off with Snow White. Snow White, how's it going? Jennifer Guest-Vatner from Cutting Edge Theater. What's happening, Jennifer?
You know, just a whole lot of theater. We just started our season, so we're starting to kick it into gear now with all of our
What's
shows.
next up? In February 21st to 24th?
Yes, one weekend only.
That's it?
That's it. We're starting to do our kid shows for one weekend only.
It's a kid show.
Yes, wham bam, get it out. But the kids work really, really hard, and we wind up doing either 4 or 5 shows depending on the weekend. So sometimes they'll pull double on a day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you directing it?
I am. I directed it. I choreographed it. Costuming.
Did you do the sets too?
Richard Fuentes basically does the sets, but I kind of put my spin on it. I try to, at least.
You make the costumes?
A lot of costumes we are making from scratch.
You're doing that?
A majority of them, but I have had some moms come in and help me out to give me a little bit, because there's 27 kids. It's a lot of costumes.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
How many auditioned?
27.
Oh, everybody who auditioned got a role.
That's what we do for our kid shows, because they are workshops. So everybody who auditions gets a role. Just the auditions determine who is going to play what role.
Okay.
So,
So who's Snow White?
Snow White is Maya Saucier, who has been doing theater with us for a couple of years now, and she's really starting to develop her craft. She's 11 years old and a tremendous little voice on her.
What else we got going? Is that the Big Bad Wolf? Is that the right one?
No, this is the one where her stepmother is the evil queen.
Oh, that's right.
And tries to kill her, have her killed.
Who's the evil stepmother?
Bergen Luther, who she is absolutely incredible. She's been working with me ever since she was probably about 9, and she's 13 now.
Okay.
And she has got a powerhouse voice on her. So she is doing a phenomenal job as the evil queen.
7 dwarfs.
7 dwarves. I limited Brian to only 7. At first he wanted to come up with new names for them.
No, there's only 7.
I know. We want to do like Blinky and Winky, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Winky, Winky, Dinky. Okay.
I'm like, no, these are not Teletubbies.
Right.
These are dwarves. We're going to keep the original 7. So
Do they vary in size?
they do vary in size. Just, they're kids. They vary in size, but when we cast the show, I did it based off of who I thought could play the role of each dwarf.
Okay.
So,
Do you know the dwarf names?
I do know the dwarf names.
What are they?
You have Doc, Bashful.
No, I'm talking about the
kids.
cast.
Oh, okay, come on now. All right. So we have this one kid. His name is Owen Benenfield. He's playing Doc.
Okay.
Sophie Segura is playing Happy. We have a new little boy. His name is Lucas Jepson, and he is going to be playing Bashful.
Okay.
Julia Cook is playing Grumpy, and she's doing such a good job at it. She's really funny. Virginia Gambina is playing Dopey. And we have Callie Scott is playing Sleepy. And Cambry Rogers is playing Sneezy.
And who else is in the cast? Is there a prince?
We do have a prince. His name is Matthew Bruno, and he is 13 years old. He's been doing theater with us for a couple years now as well. And this is his first time playing this kind of princely and, debonair kind of role. So it's something new for him, but he's doing a good job with it. So
All right, the big question.
All right.
He has to kiss Snow White, right?
Yes. He does have to wake her up.
He does have to wake her up. How do they feel about kissing? I know when I have my cast do it, they're like, oh, no, he may have cooties or something. I don't want to kiss him.
Well, I will say that they've known each other for a couple of years now, so we haven't gotten to that stage yet. I'm kind of letting them at least get to the point where they're comfortable hugging each other.
What's the age group?
Oh, I have 5-year-olds up to 13 in the group. So it's a good age group to work with. I mean, the 13-year-olds are actually taking on responsibility and wanting to help out, which is really awesome. So thank you guys if you're watching this.
Yeah.
So
you rehearse how many nights a week or afternoons?
We've been rehearsing Saturdays and Sundays, and then we just added on Thursday nights for this month.
That's it? Mm-hmm. All day must be.
No, it's only 3 hours for each rehearsal. So
that's nice.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been rehearsing for a while, since the beginning of November. So they just do weekends. So that's why we were able to extend it a little bit longer.
So and that runs when?
Runs February 21st through the 24th.
And is that a Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
It's actually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we have shows at 7, and then possible Sunday at 2. That's if we add on another one, and then there's going to be a Saturday matinee at 2 o'clock as well.
Okay, all right. Phone number for reservations.
985-649-3727.
Website.
www.cuttingedgetheater.com, and that's theater with an ER.
All right. What's after that?
Well, we have the wonderfully loved worldwide Mamma Mia coming up.
And that's March 15th to April 19th?
Yes, we have a 6-weekend run for that show.
That is unusual for Brian, right?
It is, but with the success that we've had this past month with The Color Purple, it makes perfect sense to bring in, these musicals that are just now becoming available to bring to local community theaters.
Right.
To go ahead and why not give more access to come see these shows. Color Purple has already sold out for every single performance. We've added 3. And so we anticipated Mamma Mia to be kind of the same, and we're already getting sales.
What is the story of Mamma Mia?
All right, so Mamma Mia, you have a young girl who's
Who's playing Mamma Mia?
Well, there's nobody named Mamma Mia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unless you want to say that the main character is Donna as Mamma Mia, but that's actually being played by the wonderful Sarah Pagonis.
Oh, she's
who we all
fabulous.
know and love. She is absolutely fabulous. I'm so excited to work with her again. And she has a daughter named Sophie, who is actually being played by 2 wonderful actresses. Annie Gambino is one of them, right? And then this other girl who's brand new to us, her name is Chloe Vallet.
Okay.
She was actually part of the Young Americans along with Annie.
Okay.
So they have that connection. And she's getting married, but she doesn't know who her father is. So she finds her mom's old diary and invites 3 potential men to her wedding that could possibly be her father. And they're being played by the wonderful Ronald Brister.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He's wonderful. And then Rob Ridenauer and Brian Fontenot.
Woohoo!
I know. We got him back on stage again. He's always wanted
He
to do
hadn't
the
been on
show.
stage in forever.
Oh, he was in We Were Rocky last year.
Wow.
But this is like, a really big one for him. He's the leading man. So,
Gee,
yeah.
I guess he must have some pull with the owner.
Maybe, I guess. But then,
So-
and then Lauren Turner and I are actually playing Donna's 2 friends, Tanya and Rosie, who kind of...
And that's the whole cast?
No, those are just kind of like the main characters, but we have close to 30 people in that cast as well. Huge ensemble. Christy Ann Lyons doing the choreography, so it's going to be high energy, like all over. It's insane.
Where do you put all those people?
That's a really good question. I'll have to figure that out soon.
Anybody that hadn't been there, there's not a lot of room.
No, there isn't, but we make do. We make it work, and
There's no bad seats. It's
No.
very intimate.
very, very, but it's very intimate backstage too, because it's
Tell me
not a
about
whole
it.
lot of room.
Been there, done that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we've done it before. We'll do it again. So
All right, and that runs March 15th to April 19th. What nights are the shows?
Fridays and Saturdays at 8, and some Sundays at 2:00.
Okay. What's after that?
After that, we do have a straight play that's going to be coming in. I actually don't know the full details of that,
Okay.
but Brian will come back and talk about that. And then we are going to have auditions coming up for The Wizard of Oz.
Woo!
Yes, not the original, like Little Munchkin. It's the Andrew Lloyd Webber version. That's
What's
on
the
tour
difference?
right now. I actually haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to be going to the singer to see it.
Oh, when's it coming to the singer?
I want to say next week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be going to see it. and
before
I'll-
this airs,
But-
probably.
Yes, but
Okay,
before.
all right.
So, but we'll be having auditions for that coming up. We'll make
Is this
those
going to be
announcements as
adults
well.
or?
I think everybody. As
Oh,
far as what I
really?
understand, I think it's going to be open to all ages.
And when is it going to run?
It's going to run at the probably the August-September time slot for us. So it'll be
Okay.
mainly like a summer musical.
And you have your summer workshops too, or is that it?
We will have summer workshops for the kids coming up as soon as we figure out exactly what we're going to be doing. I will say that one of them is going to make you want to cool down because we are doing Frozen with the younger kids.
Really?
That just became available, so we're going to go ahead and do Frozen with the young kids for the summer. Yep.
Brian must be on top of all these shows coming out.
Well, we try to be.
You are.
Yeah.
So what else has happened? We got about 2 minutes left. What else is going on?
In my life, well, it's almost Valentine's Day and I'm still single.
Okay,
So,
good.
if anybody is interested.
Okay, good. So what about at the theater?
At the theater, well, we have been stepping up our game with all of our promotional photos that we've been taking.
Okay.
Richard Fuentes has been working so hard with his photo editing skills and getting like these incredible backgrounds being put on and everything. And so if you ever get a chance to go to our website, cuttingedgetheater.com, and check some of those out because for Snow White. They are absolutely breathtaking. And I actually sent a few in. So
Really?
hopefully we can throw them on here.
All right.
And then for Mamma Mia, they're gorgeous as well.
Are you making the
So,
costumes for Mamma Mia too?
Brian and I are working on the costumes for that as well. So
You
those
must
will be
never
fun.
sleep. Do you ever sleep too?
That's a really good question. I don't know if I actually do sleep. Maybe I just like rest my eyes for a few minutes. But no, I do get some sleep. And, you know, Brian realizes that we all have lives, so he's not working us like crazy. But he and I are working on these Super Trooper costumes that we're calling them because one of the songs in Mamma Mia. So
Okay.
bright colors, lots of sequins, big, you know, sleeves and everything. So they're going to be really, really something good to look at. So,
Okay. And you're taking reservations for that now, correct?
yes, we just opened up our seating and we already have, our seats are already going. So
All right.
get them now.
Phone number.
985-649-3727.
Website.
www.cuttingedgetheater.com, theater with an ER.
Okay. Snow White. February what?
February 21st through the 24th.
Okay. Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia is going to be March 15th through April 19th.
Can they start making reservations for Wizard of Oz?
Not yet, because we haven't even cast the show yet.
All
So
right.
I wish, but we're you know, got to take it one show at a time.
All right.
almost.
Come back and
So,
talk to us.
Of course I will.
Break a leg.
Well, thank you, sir.
We'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes, so don't go away.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation. You're resigning. Why? You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. Oh, I forgot. I'll do better. Please don't quit on me.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Hey, we're back with event coordinator Cliff Bergeron. So we must be talking a taste of somebody on the North Shore. What are we at now?
We had a taste of Covington.
Do you rotate?
Yeah, I kind of go from Slidell, Covington, Mandeville. Pick it. I'll go to wherever they want me.
Madisonville,
Oh, we'd love to put one together in
go.
Madisonville. They've got great restaurants there.
Pearl River, all around.
I don't know about that.
Oh, come
we'll
on.
see.
They got great restaurants there. All right.
Okay.
8th annual Taste of Covington from April the 10th through the 14th.
Correct.
Tell us about it.
Well, this is our 8th year, as you said. I mean, we've just had such great success because, as you know, the city of Covington has so many phenomenal restaurants. They're just one's better than the other. It's just hard to pick a good restaurant because they're
Right.
all really great. And so this year we've got 8 restaurants that we're going to be doing. They all the best ones: Oxlot, Del Porto, Silo Bar, Gallagher's. You know, all the regular ones that we have every year. We'll be doing the dinners, the Vintner dinner. They're 4-course wine dinners, all inclusive. They will have the prices on the website when they're posted, their menu and their wine pairings.
Okay.
That's going to be on the 10th. Some of them, I'll have 4 on the 10th, and I'll have 4 on the 11th. That's Wednesday and Thursday nights for the dinners.
Of April.
Of April.
Website is what, before we
A
forget?
tasteofcovington.com.
Okay.
Very easy to remember.
All right. www.atasteofcovington.com.
Correct.
Okay.
And this year, something new is for the last 7 years, we've done the grand tasting in Aquista Paces
Right.
parking lot. Well, this year, we're moving to the Bogafalaya Hall.
Whoa.
So now we're going to be indoors, safe and protected. We don't have to worry about the weather. It's going to be climate controlled. And it's a little bit bigger than being under the 2 tents that we did at the Aquista Pace. So we're really excited about it. We've got some interesting stuff. We added a tabletop competition where we're offering local designers to come and decorate a table that the wine purveyors will be pouring wine from.
Okay.
So that we're going to have 12 of them. We've got several have already signed up for the competition. I think there's going to be like a gift basket for the winners, and maybe even it's a cash prize. I'm not sure, but it's going to be fun. It's going to make the grand tasting a little more exciting because they're going to have an opportunity to shine and show off their stuff and promote their business.
Can't beat that.
No, it's great. It's going to be
So
fun.
where else are we eating? So we start off on Wednesday the 10th.
Okay, Wednesday and the 10th, we're going to be doing.
What time start?
6:30 is kind of an icebreaker. 7 o'clock, you're going to sit down for dinner.
And you pick the restaurant.
You pick the restaurant you want. You call the restaurant directly and make your reservations. Once you look at the menu, once you decide on the wines, some people pick the restaurants already. They haven't seen the wines on the menu. They just know that every year for the last 7 years,
Right.
It's been great. And so how can you lose?
How many people usually come to the whole event every day? I mean, total.
Told probably somewhere when you wrap up Spring for Art, easy to say,
Right.
Spring for Art, we're looking at about 3,000 people over the 5 days.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spring for Art's doing this too?
Yeah, Spring for Art is that Saturday night.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah, we've wrapped it around it for several years now. It makes for a great long weekend. I mean, the goal from the beginning, Steve, was to get people to come to Covington,
Right.
spend a few days, not just come for Spring for Art and then leave and go back.
Right.
So this gives them an opportunity to have something to do if they want every day. And Spring for Art is a free event that Saturday night, which brings lots of people, and it's just a lot of fun.
Well, how the hotel occupancy?
Well, all of them are full. I mean, yeah, they're all full. I mean, all the bed and breakfasts are full.
They must have loved you.
Yeah, well, I
This
think
was your
they like
brain.
me.
Was this your brainchild?
Yeah, it was one of those things where you sit down at a bar and have a drink with actually with Steve from the side of the bar, and we sat around talking about how can we do something to bring people here for more than just the one night of Spring
Right.
for Art, and that's how this was born. And since then it's taken off, and it's been a great success for all of the restaurants. Now they already have a lot of success because they put out such great product, but pair them with some really interesting wines.
Right.
It makes it a whole lot more fun.
So Wednesday, we did Wednesday already,
We
right?
did Wednesday. Thursday we'll have
Thursday.
another 4 restaurants
Which-
on Thursday. So Wednesday we got Gallagher's, we've got Oxlot, we've got Del Porto, and we got Sala Bar.
Right.
Thursday we're going to have Maribo, Anadel's Plantation, La Casa. I'm sorry to say I'm not sure.
Casa de Sabores.
Yeah, thank you very much. I should have looked at my notes.
It would help.
and we're going to have barrel wine on
Notes
Thursday
are
night.
just there for a prop.
So yeah, we'll have 4 on Wednesday,
Okay.
4 on Thursday, and it's really great because each restaurant will have their own menu, their own prices. Some will be a little bit higher than the other ones.
That includes everything?
It includes all inclusive, tax, tip, the whole thing.
Okay.
The price you pay is what you walk out the door with, and you're done.
Now, do you eat at every one of these restaurants?
I do 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday. No, I don't. I wish I could. We may spread it out to one more day and have Tuesday, so that way I can eat at 3 different
Do you
restaurants.
rotate every year?
Yes,
what
yes, I
restaurant
do.
you
I
okay.
always try to go to a different restaurant every year. We actually have a group of friends that come over from New Orleans that we always like to get together and
Right.
eat and drink, and I invite them over, and they all come, and we usually get a table of 12, and we go to one of the restaurants.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's fun.
Friday.
Friday, that's going to be the grand tasting at the Bogafalaya Hall, which is right behind City Hall and the Furman Auditorium. And we got a decorating committee. We're going to decorate it. We're going to transform that building. It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting.
That is $55 per person with live music.
Yeah, we got New Suit playing again. We've had them back. This will be their 3rd year, I believe.
Logo, wine glass, and light bites.
Light bites. Yeah, we're going to have lots of food. We're going to have from several of local restaurants.
Okay.
And of course, Quista Pace will have their big spread of meats and cheeses. So yeah, it's going to be great. Lots of fun.
How many tables? What can it hold?
Well,
Capacity?
we're going to have at least, we only sell 300 tickets. So
Okay.
there's going to be 300 people maximum. I think it can hold more than that, but we limit it to 300 because it's a lot of wine that they have to pour, and we're asking a lot of the winemakers, and so we don't want to overburden them.
The wine's donated?
Some of the wine?
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
A majority of it it's donated, yes.
Saturday.
Saturday's a big day. Saturday is the mayor's, and this will be his last year as mayor of Covington, Mike
Right.
Cooper's Festa del Vino. This is our premium high-end wine tasting. These are the wines that are above and beyond what we do at the grand tasting. These are wines that you may not be an everyday wine that you're going to drink, and it's a much more intimate setting. I believe it's limited to just 100 people.
Festa del Vino.
Festa del Vino. 100 people only. It's in the St. Tammany Art House, which they have a beautiful art show going on at that time, and it's usually something really exciting. I mean, they always have great shows, and that's usually the opening night of their show. So
Okay.
it's a great time.
And 6 to 9 is the annual Spring for Art.
You roll right out of the Art Association onto the streets of Covington. And
Well, you have
the
an
party-
hour. 3 to 5 is when you're going to go to.
By the time people get moving out of there, they will be it'll
Oh,
be
they're
rolling.
pushed out.
Well, a lot of people already. I mean, they open up the stores and the businesses.
Right.
They're already open all day, so they're not going to be closed. You walk out the door and just start continuing the party. It doesn't stop.
Sunday.
Sunday, we're going to wrap it up again. As we've done the last couple of years at Annadale's Plantation. We're going to have one seating though this year. Last couple of years it's been 2. And it's just very taxing when you have 100 to 150 people at a brunch. So one seating, 11:30. It'll be a couple of hours. We'll have a great time. Lots of champagne, lots of jazz. We've got Step It Up playing again. So yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
Do you need any help? We got 2 minutes left. Do you need any help or anything?
Well, you know, we always are looking for someone who would like to participate. What I look for is I'm looking for someone who wants to get their name out, a sponsor, someone who wants to be involved in Covington, wants to, because this is a nonprofit. This goes to the Covington Business Association, so it's a fundraiser for them, for us to generate business for the downtown Covington,
Right.
for all of Covington, actually. We're not just for downtown Covington. So, yeah, we're looking for sponsors. That's what I'm looking for.
What are the sponsorship levels?
Well, I got a sponsorship level as low as $350 for the table sponsorship, up to, well, the only thing I have now is $1,000 levels. I have some for $5,000. That's sold. Gulf Coast Bank again, Patrick McMath, the Grand Tasting, $2,500. Oh, I am looking for a car dealer sponsorship for $2,500. I'm working on Lori over at the Covington Mercedes dealership. I think they're a good fit. They'd be nice to be there.
So they're going to have their car on display?
They could have their cars right in front of the Grand Tasting entrance
Whoa.
and have people there. They can look at their cars. There's a salesman there. They might even sell a car too. You never know after a few glasses of wine.
And when they do a sponsorship, do they get tickets?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. They get tickets to most of the events. You
Okay.
bet. Yeah. So it's a good deal. I mean, the sponsorship information is on the tasteofcovington.com website.
All right, so it's Covington Business Association, 8th Annual Taste of Covington Food and Wine Experience, April 10th to 14th, 2019. What's your phone number, Cliff?
504-439-2543.
Information at atasteofcovington.com or www.atasteofcovington.com.
Always a pleasure.
Always
I really
a pleasure.
Enjoy it. Thank
Eat.
you very
And
much.
when do you do Weight Watchers? Is it that following week?
We start on Monday.
We'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes. Call him up. Call Cliff, 504-439-2543. And we need sponsorships. Who knows? You might win a Mercedes, right?
I don't know about win, but you can buy one. I'm
You
sure.
can drive it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be right back. Come on back.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration,
absorb
a
what
tool,
people are giving you.
not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Finally won.
What's your reaction? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, the frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hey, we're back with Mary Slazer with the Youth Service Bureau. Did I get it right?
You did. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. The president and the CEO. And we're talking about Chef Soiree. Tell us about Youth Service Bureau. What do y'all do?
The Youth Service Bureau is an agency that provides services for children in need. So children who are having difficulties in school, maybe truancy, ungovernable behavior in the classroom. We also do adolescent substance abuse treatment on an outpatient basis.
Okay.
We have the court-appointed special advocates, or CASA program, which most people are familiar with.
Right.
And those are adult volunteers who are trained to be a voice in court for children who have been abused and neglected. We also have an early truancy program called TASK. That early truancy is the #1 indicator of future delinquent behavior. So the earlier we can intervene in truancy, the better outcomes we have down the road.
How do you find your cases?
We get referrals from a number of sources, from the court system. Children involved in juvenile delinquency and have committed a delinquent offense are referred to the Youth Service Bureau to do community service work, make restitution to their victims, and correct those conditions that led to the behavior. We also receive referrals from the district attorney's office, from the public schools. And for our options program, the adolescent substance abuse treatment, families can refer themselves.
What are the ages?
Well, our CASA program helps children as young as newborns, and we serve children up until their 18th birthday.
Can any of them come back and help? Success stories?
We do have some success stories, yes. We love it when a former client drops in and lets us know that they're maybe in the armed services or have just bought their first home, gotten married. So
It happens a lot, I bet, huh?
it does. It
Look
does.
like you'll love what you're doing, too.
I love my job, I do.
Now, where are you located?
We have offices in Covington on New Hampshire, right across from the trailhead.
Okay.
Another office in Slidell, and then 3 of our programs also serve Washington Parish, and we have 2 offices up there.
What are your hours?
We are open from 8 until 5, Monday through Thursday, and from 9 until noon on Fridays. But a lot of our programs are offered in the evening because we don't want children to have to miss school time to participate in our services.
So the children come with their parents?
They do.
Good. Chef Soiree, how long have you been president and CEO?
I've only been president and CEO for 2.5 years. I've been involved with the Youth Service Bureau for 20 years. I started as a CASA volunteer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about Chef Soiree. It's going to be March the 17th at Covington Trailhead from 5 to 9.
Yes, we're really excited. This is our 35th anniversary of Chef Soiree.
Wow.
It's turned into quite an event. We will have live music on 2 stages. The Hancock Whitney stage will feature the band's Piece of Cake and Boogie Falaya.
Okay.
And then the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana Trailhead stage will feature Supercharger and Christian Surface and Ghost Town.
Christian's great.
Yes,
He comes
we're
on
very
all the time.
excited. This is his first appearance at Chef Soiree. I'm really glad he's
How many
supporting
restaurants
us.
participate? And do they volunteer their time and talents?
They volunteer their time and talents. The musicians volunteer their time and talents. The restaurants volunteer. They donate all of their
Everybody
food.
donates everything.
That's right. That's right. This is a fundraiser to support our programs. Our presenting sponsor, Chevron, especially supports our options program. But yes, everything is donated with the exception of very few items.
Really?
We'll have food and beverages from over 80 vendors.
80.
80, yes. And some of those vendors have been with us since the very first year.
So you can go around to 80 tables and eat and drink as much as you want.
As much as you want, that's right.
And how many people show up, you said?
Close to 3,000.
3,000. What's the dress? Is it casual or what?
Well, we say Chef Soiree chic, so dress
Okay.
it up a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
have some fun.
So what else are we going to have? Any surprises or anything this
Any
year?
surprise? Well, if it was a surprise, I couldn't tell you now.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. Raffle or anything?
Yes, there is a raffle. One of the most fun parts of the evening is the drawing for the grand prize. Banner Ford in Mandeville is a big supporter of the Youth Service Bureau. This year, they have donated the choice of a Ford Mustang or a Ford Escape 2019 model as the grand prize for the raffle.
How much are tickets?
They're only $25 a piece, or you can get 5 for $100.
Is there a limit on how many you're going to sell?
Of course, we're only going to sell 3,500, so the odds are pretty good.
And this is your fundraiser for the year.
We have another smaller fundraiser in the fall, but it's more of an event for the children that we serve. We started it this year, and it was
Tell me about that.
a lot of fun. It was Breakfast with Santa at Lakeview Regional Medical Center, and we had a great time. Fidelity Nola Lending was our cook. They provided the breakfast. We had a real authentic Santa Claus, took pictures.
There are no unauthentic Santa Clauses.
Of course. But it was a great time, and the children that we serve in our CASA and TASK programs were able to attend that event because of the support we received from sponsors.
What else can you tell us about Youth Service Bureau?
Well, we are going strong. Our numbers are rising every year, Steve. I would love to tell you.
Success stories, you mean rising? Right.
Number
okay.
of clients served. Yeah, last year we served 1,825 children and families.
Jeez. How many people work there?
We have a staff of about 38, so we make the most of it.
Boy, I tell you what, y'all stay busy all the time.
Well, we also have a core of about 100 volunteers.
What is the main problem that you see?
Wow, I guess parents are struggling. You know, two-income households, single parents. It's a challenging world, Steve. With
It is.
Everything that children are doing on the internet and with cell phones contributes a lot. Although those items can make children safer in a lot of regards. I'm not saying that I'm against children having cell phones, but there are a lot of things that get them into trouble with their cell phones.
They had that on
as
TV
well.
last night, but the internet going to a site, not knowing, and meeting up with somebody, and you know.
Yeah. And then you know, the alcohol and drug use. You know, we get a lot of referrals for children who are either caught in possession of drugs or alcohol or under the influence.
Now, if they're caught, what are the options?
Well,
If they're under 17.
if they're under 17, if they're caught on school grounds, the St. Tammany Parish School System is going to refer them to the Youth Service Bureau.
Okay.
And our counselors will do a thorough, in-person, face-to-face assessment, not only with the child, but with the family to see what's going on, and then make recommendations.
Okay.
A lot of children get caught maybe the first time or second time that they use drugs, and so they haven't really developed a disorder. They don't have a substance use disorder, but that's some pretty risky behavior, and
Yeah.
it's illegal. So we will do intervention services with those adolescents. About 20% of the children referred to us will meet the criteria for a substance use disorder, and they will either receive outpatient counseling at the Youth Service Bureau. Their family can choose to take them to a private provider if that's their preference. And we do see about a dozen children a year who have such a serious drug and alcohol use problem that they're referred for inpatient treatment.
Ages, how young does this go to?
The youngest children that we're seeing in our options program are 12 years old.
It's amazing. And
Yeah.
you make a big difference, too. I'm telling you, you make a difference in the world. Changing somebody's life, it's got to be rewarding.
Thank you. It is. It is.
Tell me about some of the success stories you've had.
Well, our CASA program has seen a lot of children in two measures of success. You know, about 45% of the children served by our CASA volunteers get to go home to their families. Their parents get better, they learn better, and they know a better way to care for their children. And the children get to go home, and that's the best possible outcome.
Yep.
But a large number will be adopted either by relatives that they already knew, were already a part of their lives, maybe their grandparents or an aunt and uncle, or by certified foster parents. St. Tammany is fortunate to have a large pool of certified foster parents to take care of these children. That said, there are never enough.
True. All right, we got about a minute and a half left. Let's refresh about the Chef Soiree.
Okay,
What's the date?
March 17th from 5 to 9 at the Covington Trailhead.
Okay, and phone number is 985-893-2570, or you can go to events@ysblikeBoyworks.com. How much are tickets?
Individual tickets are $145. If you go to our website, chefsoiree.com, there are ticket packages which bring the price down a little bit. They're available for purchase through our secure website. They can also be purchased at Paisley Boutique in Mandeville and at Braswell Drugs in Covington.
What are some of the restaurants?
Oh, Pat Gallagher's, Benedict's, Wow, American Fare, Zaya Rotisserie, Walk-Ons, Baco Bar, Beck and Call. I could
Oh, my
go
buddy has
on.
Beck and Call, Eddie Gaden.
Yeah, they've supported us for a long time. I want to give an extra shout out to Beck and Call because they not only serve their delicious food at Chef Soiree, they provide meals for our volunteers who work the event.
Isn't that nice? Okay, once again, March what?
March 17th,
Covington Trailhead from?
5 until 9.
Okay, and $145 individual, and you get a table of 5 for how much? Or 4?
4 tickets for $500. So
Okay.
that's
985-893-2570.
correct.
Events at ysblikeboyworks.com. Website chefsoiree.com. It's SOIREE.
That's it.
Mary, thank you very much. Come
Thank
back
you,
anytime.
Steve. Enjoyed
Appreciate
it.
for the work y'all do. It
All
makes
right.
a difference in
Thank
our
you.
lives. And that's a wrap. We're done. Come back 2 weeks, March 17th, 2019, Chef Soiree, 985-893-2570. You'll even see Mary there. You going to cook?
No, I'm going to eat.
Good. Bye. Take care.